Welcome back to the weekly Brooklyn Property Market report brought to you by Engel and Volker's Brownstone Brooklyn. My name is Katriona, and I'm joined again today, of course, by Donald Brennan. It's the first week of March, Donald. How are you feeling about that?
Pretty optimistic. Spring right around the corner. Bright and sunny out today. Not too warm, so I'm looking forward to some warmer temperatures, but you can see it's just around the corner here.
So let's dive straight into the data across the 16 key Brooklyn neighborhoods that we track on a weekly basis. It's been another very busy week in the Brooklyn property market. So tell us what's actually happened to the new to market listing numbers.
Certainly. So in the luxury segment, last week we saw 18 new to market listings, which is not unusual really. It's kind of an average number that we saw back in January as well, third and fourth weeks having 18 and 19 new to market listings respectively. What is a little different though is that 4 townhouses were put on the market last week at $6 million or more. And one of those homes actually at $12.85 million. It's a property in Brooklyn Heights known as the Moonstruck House. That was a location for that movie that Cher starred in many years ago, and that's 19 Cranberry Street. So that'd be the top asking price right there on a new to market listing. And below the 2.25 number, 57 listings have come to market, which is again a number that's been trending down, and we'll talk about that a little more in the next questions.
Because of all this activity we're seeing, are we seeing adjustments to the list prices that properties are actually coming on the market at?
So it's kind of a two things going on here. Again, in the luxury segment, we do see an increase week over week for sure. This past week, it was 3.375 as the median asking price, which again is kind of informed by those higher priced townhouses coming online. And the prior week was 2.8. So there's about a 20% difference there. So seller expectations, owners of certain size, price, located houses, feeling comfortable to put their properties on the market. Below the 2.25 number, new to market median was 895 this most recent week, and prior to that it was 972,000. So a little bit of a difference there, trending down on the median price there below, while activity is just expanding and increasing at a very serious rate that is going to, I think, cause some serious inventory issues below the 2.25 number.
And so that must clearly be reflected in the absorption rate that we're seeing in the market below 2.25 million.
Sure does. It's so 90 deals in contract last week versus 57 new to market, as you just mentioned. So it's about a 1.58 rate of absorption. And again, just to remind our viewers that when we talk about rate of absorption here, we're just comparing the two numbers, the two metrics of new to market versus in contract, not total inventory. So new to market is trending down. It has been trending down for 4 weeks in a row here, and in contract trending up over the same kind of time frame. On average, we had 74 deals going into contract last 4 weeks versus 47 new to market, about a 57% difference there. So again, it's putting some serious pressure on the supply demand imbalance right now in that segment of the market.
So let's end on a little fun fact. Every week we're going to talk about a real estate fact that we hear a lot and try to explain it. So this week we're going to talk about townhouses and their width. We get asked an awful lot of questions about what drives prices. So let's talk specifically about the relationship between width and price in the townhouse market, Donald.
Well, there's certainly a correlation, and a fairly direct correlation. As we all know, real estate in Brooklyn and New York City does have a premium attached to it for larger spaces versus small. 3 bedrooms are typically more expensive than 2 or 1 bedrooms on a per square foot basis. So that a premium exists in size and also width as far as townhouses go. There's a standard metric that the city was kind of divided up at a block by block, which was a 25-foot kind of module of a house. And that's changed by, either reducing that or combining it. And in some cases, just being different depending on how that any particular block was developed. So You know, it's certainly understandable that there is a premium for that, and many people kind of make that one of their criteria. But we just like to remind our buyers too that it shouldn't be the only a criteria that supersedes all other considerations. And one to me is how the interior space is laid out actually, and then to understand there's two general differences between how rooms and staircases and circulation work in townhouses. One's a center stair configuration, where the stair is basically in the middle of the floor plan of the house, and it's kind of in a rectangular square format that's not as taking up as much space front and back. So you have full rooms, full width rooms in the house typically, behind and in front of that staircase on every floor plan, versus a configuration that has a staircase on the side of the floor plan. And for wider homes, that staircase on the side plus the hallway is probably going to be sectioned off from the rest of the rooms in the house by a structural wall. So that bifurcation of that floor plate with that structural wall on side stair configured homes, may yield smaller interior rooms in that house than a house that may be narrower but have a center stair configuration. So we just want to always want to point out that you should certainly be aware of these things and make sure you're considering everything when you're looking at homes to buy.
Absolutely, Donald, and that's why we always encourage everyone who works with us to not just judge by width, to actually have an open mind and come. You never quite know what you're going to find and not everything is created equal. So that's it from us this week. Check back in next week for more accurate and informed observations on the Brooklyn property market and maybe another fun fact. Goodbye from me, and I'll see you next week.
Thanks, Katriona. And just a reminder, as we're just kind of touching on there, not a lot of apples to apples out there, especially as townhouses go, and even other product co-ops, condominiums, new development, maybe get a lot of apples to apples, but a lot of product type out here in Brooklyn, pre-existing, that you need to understand some of the differences, not only in, as we just talked about, width of homes, but location, neighborhoods, blocks, so forth. Where's value? Where are you relative to the rest of the market? So we're a great source for that. So don't hesitate to reach out. Conversations, no obligation. Happy to share everything we know about the markets that we specialize in.
Thank you.
Take care. Bye.